Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. This is another React Native notification tutorial. So every time I do React Native notifications in a project, I stumble upon a new problem. So I decided to put up a tutorial. So it's for mostly me than anyone else. So I'm using this React Native push notification library. It's working very well for me so far. And yeah, in this library they use push notifications iOS library for the iOS part of the feature. So they suggest you go to their documentation and follow their procedure. So I have installed the push notification library. Now I'm gonna install this push notification iOS library as well in my project. So you'll have to do both configurations on native side on iOS and Android as well. But first we are gonna with the iOS because they have like more configurations to do. So I've installed the libraries. I'm gonna go ahead and install ports in my project. Now as your ports are installed, you want to go to your Xcode and click this little blue icon on top of your project where your project name is stated, and go into signing and capabilities, and you're gonna add two capabilities, which is background mode and push notifications. So and after that, in the backgrounds mode, we need to check the remote notifications property. As you need to do it if you are using push notifications, but if not, you don't need to check this. But in this tutorial, I'm gonna take the local and push notification setup together. So now we have to pretty much follow the documentation, and first we're gonna into app.delegate.h file and add your input, which is basically the interface. So we're basically gonna import the notification and implement notification delegate. After that, we are going to .m file and import the notifications again, and now we have to implement those methods from these delegates. So first we are gonna use the method did register for remote notification, which basically registers the event for remote notification. It gets a token and search it for iOS notifications. I'm just adding quick comments to all the functions because it's like best practice, not even for the person who's gonna maintain the project, but for you as well. Because believe me, when you're gonna come after a couple of days, you won't know what you did. So, in above method, we cater to register the events to with the device token. In this function, we are catering the events themselves. So when a remote notification is received, it will go through this function first. So here again, I've just added the comments again for what the function does. After that, we have to add a function to cater failure of any remote notification. You can find all these functions and their usage on their documentation in detail if you want to look at. Now I'm gonna add a function for local notifications as well. So now we have implemented all the methods. I'm quickly gonna check if everything looks good. So now in the did finish launching with options method, which is basically the first method of the app delegate, we are gonna add the notification center. Here I've created the notification center object and I'm setting the delegate to self. And after that, uh, out of this function, we are going to implement which is basically when a notification will be presented. And in the completion handler, we are going to provide the values that we want to present with our notification, like badges, sound, alerts, etc. You can find a couple of options here and you can choose whatever you want. Now moving back to our React Native side, in this package example, I found they have given a service class and a couple of other files, and I think I added the navigator myself. I'm using it in some other projects as well. This navigator file is the one which you can use to navigate when a notification is open from the background, when a like a push notification or a schedule notification is open, so you can easily navigate through that. So I've added these three files in in my code as well. You can get them in the from the documentation, but I have the like groomed version of them, so you can get it in the repo that I've added in the description box. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a function. Like, it's just basically a functionality that I'm adding. Obviously you'll have to go through yours. I'm just showing you whatever I can think at that point. So basically in this app I was playing with how to switch language, etc, etc. So I've continued with that, and I made a function to switch languages. Because when you switch language in your app, if a notification is scheduled beforehand, you need to reschedule it. So it's kind of a thing around that, or just to show you how notification can or should work. So back in my get notification function, I have switched the type of notification and presenting the messages based on that. I've set a couple of titles and messages based on the what notification type the file asked for. So basically totally unnecessary of the notification tutorial. You can just pass the title and message to the function itself from any file you like. Now our service class is basically ready. It was like ready before, but I have made the tweaks according to the project. Now back in the file you're gonna execute the notification from, you need to initialize the notification service class in there, and it's preferably on the function level, so you can use it in any function easily. So this notification service takes two argument functions. One is on register function and other one is on notification function. The on register function returns you the token of the device. Basically you can use it to save the token somewhere or return it to your backend for remote notifications, etc. And on notification receive is basically self-explanatory. It will record when a notification is received. So now that I have defined the functions, I can bind them to notification service instance. Again, I'm just adding the quick comments. Now if I quickly save the all the changes and rerun the application, I'll get the permission for notification pop-up. So that means our notifications are configurable in the iOS side. Now we can go on the Android side. There's nothing much to do there compared to the iOS side. I'll quickly walk you through the documentation. First, it asks you to go to the Android manifest file and add a couple of metadata, services, etc. With this metadata, you can change the color and other properties of the notification. I'm just removing it because I'll have to go ahead and add the color to the resources. Now I'll add the receiver and services for remote notifications in here. You don't need them for local notifications, but again we are doing both simultaneously. So then again you go into your project level build.gradle file and add the Google services there, and then you go ahead in your app Gradle file and add the Firebase Analytics and Google Services plugin. And you need to add the Google Service plugin at the bottom of that file outside of every scope. And that's pretty much it. Now you can go ahead and sync your file, and Android setup is all set to go as well. Now back to our React Native, we are gonna go and set local notification first. I'm just quickly gonna ahead and add a button to trigger local notification there, and on the press of that button I'm gonna trigger a random local notification. It will be random based on some array or a bit of something around. Here you can see I was trying to access the function of that class, but I realized I have initialized the notification service class in a hook scope, so I needed to have that on app function scope so I can access the function values in there. So I just rewrote it very quickly, and I'm calling local notif function from that service class. So basically it has all the values already set, and you can configure them. I have added comments and everything around that if you want to customize your local notification according to your requirements. Here I've just created an array and took a random index from it to show local notification based on that. So now I'm editing the string for the button, and now if I save it, you'll see on the press I'll get an error. So the error indicated I didn't have this variable, and I'll have to go look where is it not present, and I realize this is a class file and I need to add this with the function. This is the kind of problem you get by working with class and functions up and below. So here my local notification started working, but I was wondering why I was not getting random languages in the notification. So after a lot of debugging, to go double check, triple check all the values and everything, and after that I realized that I did not change the values based on the cases. I just copy pasted them and forgot to change them. You would think a sane person would go ahead and crop this part of the video out, but I'm not exactly the same type. So finally our local notification started working. Now we can head over to schedule notification. But that again, you have the function ready made in the notification service class. You just have to give it values for what you want to show. So here I'm making the function to show random schedule notification, and I have assigned the date for 30 seconds, and I pass the date to the service class along with the notification type I want to show. So now after 30 seconds you can see your notification. So this kind of started working too. So now we are gonna utilize that on notification receive function that was being passed in the notification service class in the first place. So in this, when a notification is pressed, you can get its content and like display it or navigate on base of that. I'm not doing the navigation right now. I'll do it in the next part of the video where I'll do the push notifications as well. So here I'm just gonna quickly show the notification as an alert in the app. And at this point of the whole tutorial, I realized that it was kind of hard to add those languages and everything, because it was making everything a bit trickier for a newbie at least. But what has been done has been done. I didn't want to go ahead and re-record everything. So far we have covered which library is best for local and remote notifications in React Native, and how to prepare both iOS and Android native for receiving local and remote notifications, and how to trigger local notification and schedule notification, and what to do when such notification is pressed. In the next video we are gonna see how to handle remote notification and how to navigate when a notification is pressed from the background or any state of the app. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and blah blah. Thank you. Bye.